Welcome to a special episode of the Modern Hotelier, hospitality's most engaged podcast. I'm joined today by the co-founders of the Hospitality Creators Summit, Anna Blue and Anthony Melchiorri.
What makes it the most engaged podcast?
Oh, already
we get the
back.
most comments, likes, and reposts than
Really?
any other
That's
podcast.
fair. All right, there it is.
Okay.
No wonder
So
you're
now
my
back to the most important
That's
thing.
why we
So
love you.
tell us what this summit is all about.
Yeah, the Hospitality Creator Summit is bringing together all of the creators, storytellers, influencers, community builders in hospitality for an entire day of programming on June 15th, co-located with High Tech. So we'll be in glorious San Antonio in June. And we are going to really help elevate the creator community within hospitality.
And why is this event so important?
It's important because the creators are going to vendors and going to the brands, whereas the brands and the vendors should be coming to the content creators. Because today it's not about regular marketing in magazines or radio or TV. It's about making your own way, making your own content, putting it out there and having your own voice. And if you're not doing that today, okay, you're going to be dead in the water. So to me, the content creators, the most important people in our industry right now, and I don't think they get enough love.
Absolutely.
And so this is different than a lot of other events. This is an invite-only event.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
why is that?
We really want to make sure that the people in the room are the people that should be in the room. We want it to be creators and storytellers and community builders. We want it to be the community that we are hoping to elevate from this event, the community that we see a tremendous amount of value in, as Anthony just said. And so it's also free, right? So the rest of these conferences are all paid for. So we want people to be able to come. Not all storytellers get to go to other industry conferences. You see the same people at the same conferences, and we don't have one yet designed for this group. So we wanted to make it fully accessible, but we want to make sure the right people are in the room.
You know, talk about the young people you just spoke to and said, hey, we may start our own podcast, but they don't have a leg up. So we have to help them. So talk about that.
What this summit is, yes, it's about networking. It's about, your typical conference things in a certain way, but is actually, we are building a program that is content for creators to help them increase their engagement, to help them increase their visibility, to learn how to better market and build partnerships and monetize what they're doing, what are the right platforms. So it's really like gritty about content creators, right? And so when you have young people that are coming up, and I just talked to a few, and they're like, we want to start a podcast about being young professionals in the industry. That's awesome, because that doesn't exist. There's a huge white space there for them to fill that gap. But they're like, we don't really know what the best platform is, or how do we do it, or when do we do it, or how do we edit it? Is that a thing? Are we just supposed to go live? And for them, they know platforms. Like, most of our creators are really big on LinkedIn, right? And for them, they have platforms. They're using TikTok, they're using short form content, all of these other things. So we also want to kind of open the space and kick open the doors for more young people to become B2B creators in our space.
There is such a huge gap because we're all sitting here talking about the young people of today, but the
All
young
the time.
people aren't in the room when we're doing it. And a lot of times when you ask them questions, they really can't answer it honestly because they're afraid they're going to get in trouble with their boss, with their brand. So if they're talking to each other, maybe they can be more open about it. But if they're talking to us and they see us as, the important people in the business, they're not going to be as honest. But I think there is a real big gap.
Yeah, and this is probably the most excited I've been. This will be my 26th High Tech. And
Oh,
this is
wow.
probably the most excited
my
I've
second.
been. I got you beat by a couple. Being on the council for me was really, really important because it's amazing how the area has grown in hospitality, how many people are doing podcasts. I never thought I'd be sitting here doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Anthony was, the trooper during COVID every single day doing live, whether it be from his roof or in his car or in the pool. He was always doing it, and he really committed to that. And I think this is going to be really interesting because, like what you were saying, that gap is not only just in age, it's in the technology and how we've grown up. Because I always tell people, I don't understand how you're not using LinkedIn. I just looked at an ex-salesperson who I advised. She hadn't been on LinkedIn for 10 months. And I would have died to have, if I had LinkedIn in 2002, I would have been the happiest I could
and
be.
LinkedIn, when it first came on, wasn't what it is today.
No.
LinkedIn
No,
is the
not at all,
for professionals. There's not an app out there, YouTube, TikTok. There's nothing close to being on LinkedIn, period. Especially if you want to grow your career. You know, I do a lot of speaking. A lot of my speaking gigs come through LinkedIn. You know, they don't come through my other social media platforms.
Right.
You know, and I'm not really that active on LinkedIn. You're teaching me to get more active, and I am. And this is one way. This is one way to do it with the Hospitality Creator Summit. But the gap, like I guess and you've heard me say this a million times, I'm frustrated with that content creators aren't taken seriously, right? Even the big ones in our industry, right? We all know you're one of them. They're taken seriously, but they're not
valued.
They're not valued.
They're not valued.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're not valued.
Not in the way that they should be. Absolutely. And that's really what this was about. I don't consider myself to be a creator and influencer, but coming in very late in my career to hospitality, not knowing anybody, nobody knew me, and suddenly having to raise a lot of money and create all these programs, the creator community were the first people to be like, oh, hey, come and have this conversation, come be on this podcast, and really help me kind of start my hospitality journey. And it's so important. And I do want to specify that we're talking about the B2B creators, right? Because in hospitality, there are so many travel creators, and they are the ones that live on TikTok and Instagram. They don't give a, about LinkedIn. They're not on LinkedIn, right? And so when you're saying LinkedIn for the B2B creators, because you're connecting the vendors and suppliers to the brands, and you're like, the B2B creators are the ones providing so much value that nobody talks about. They might know a name or two here and there, but even still, it's sort of like, oh, look, there he is again. And now that's why we want to bring everybody together and say, like, this is an incredibly powerful community of people. Like, the B2B creator economy has a huge value, and that's what this is about.
And it's not only about what you create. It's not about editing. It's about, I know, Glenn knows, how to sell in to the hotel business. So when you're getting us to create content, but you're also getting us to say, don't do that, do this. You and I would be trillionaires if we had a penny for every time somebody came to me and go, so I invented this thing for the hotel business, but they're so frugal. I said, cheap? Yeah, we're very, very cheap. It's like, I'm trying to sell a 3-cent pen and they want to buy it for 2 cents. I said, because when they buy a pen, they buy 20,000. So that to me is just as valuable as the content we create, is how to represent yourself in this industry.
So for those who aren't going to be able to make it, because it is invite only, give maybe a little bit more color what they're going to miss out on. Well,
first of all, if you belong in the room, applications are open. So people are applying. You go on to thehospitalitycreators.com. You can submit a very short form so that we know to send you an invite. So the room is not full yet. We're getting close. This industry is a lot of rinse and repeat. And that's wonderful. There are a lot of great events. There's a lot of really great moments. They're tried and true. You just said 26 high techs, right? Like, high tech is, we know what it is, and it's tried and true. What people will be missing is something groundbreaking in our industry. There has not been a creator summit like this for hospitality B2B creators. We've not brought this group together, even just our creator council that you're on. We had our last call a couple weeks ago, and it was like, oh my God, like, look who we've brought together, and you were all happy to see each other. I mean, just to really bring folks together, the content, like, we are gonna stop the program at multiple moments and say, all right, create content. Whether you're grabbing a selfie and posting it on LinkedIn, you're tracking down Mr. Hotel Impossible over here to get a quick interview or selfie or whatever, like, whatever it is, like, we are creators, so let's create, like, in real time. And what you're gonna see is massive visibility for this community, massive visibility for our industry. And so while this year people are still kind of like, what is this? I don't get it. The second that it happens, I will put it all out on the table right now. Every single person is going to want to be a part of this.
And when you do the first one, it's not always pretty, right? It's difficult to do this. It's difficult.
Yeah.
And
this industry doesn't like new.
Right. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years now, and I'm scared. She knows I'm scared.
Oh, I know.
Because it's new and I want to do it perfect, but you know what? It's not going to be perfect.
No.
It's going to be us in the room. When we did the council meeting last week or 2 weeks ago, the most important question, the elephant in the room was, Why would all content creators come together and tell our secrets to each other?
Right.
Why would we all come and help each other when we're all trying to go after the same dollar? And I'm so happy that question was asked, because if that's the way you think, if that's the mentality you have, you're never going to be successful.
Correct. Yeah.
We're only successful when we help each other. Our whole careers, we've always helped each other. We help each other. That's how and you may lose out today, but tomorrow you're going to gain something. And so if we don't do this now, I still feel that 5 years from now, where it's either going to be somebody else is going to do it and they're going to do it just for the money and they're going to make it really big and glamorous. This is grassroots. When you have, like I said, when you have David Kahn, who used to be the president of Best Western, and you have Rachel Humphrey, and you have all these people, you, by yourself, being podcasters, it was like when I started my show in reality television, everybody laughed at me. You know this, I was nervous wreck. Everybody was like, oh, he's going to be a reality star, right? And I was just like, it's not about that. It's about telling a story about the housekeeper, about the business. But it was scary. I lost a lot of weight. I was very nervous about being the first one out there on reality television, and it worked. But it was scary, same thing. If we don't do it now, I think it's going to be past us.
It won't be done well. Yeah,
right.
It won't be done with the right intention.
And what I took away from our last call was, it was very funny because when you worked in hotels and they'd be like, oh my, they're opening up a hotel across the street. Oh my God, that's going to be bad for you. You'd say, no, it's not. That's going to be great.
Right.
Competition, bring it on. And when I was listening to everybody on that call and I was thinking, I've watched most of the podcasts and know the people, everybody's so different and unique that it wasn't
right.
like, well, there's three women or three men. They all do the same thing. So to me, that was very interesting to take away.
It's like a restaurant. I was going to lunch the other day with my friend, and I'm walking into this restaurant, and then my friend, oh, that's a new restaurant. Let's go next door. It's right next door. He goes, how did the two restaurants survive right next door to each other? They're similar. I go, exactly what just happened. Right. We were going here, but now you saw a new restaurant, so we're going here. And next time we'll go there. It's like, and I don't understand the starvation mentality. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you don't help each other. So I'm surprised somebody hasn't.
You never see one gas station on a corner at an intersection. You always see, if not four, you at least see two. As soon as a gas station pops up, they put one right across the street, right? Like it's accessibility, it's all of that. And if we can point to how many creators there are, how robust this community actually is, all of the different ways. And I've been surprised. I mean, the applications that have come through mostly are people I've never heard of, but in really great ways doing some very cool things across every facet of hospitality. We've got folks who are on digital marketing teams for brands that want to come. We've got owners that want to come. We've got brands that want to come. We have people who have started a Substack, people who run a vegan food podcast. I mean, it's just the coolest thing in the world. And what the message that we're hearing over and over is, there's never been a space. I just want to be in a room with my people. That's really what people want, is to come together. We all love community. We all love to feel seen. And when we start talking about the state of the creator industry and the challenges and all that stuff, it's like, oh, I'm so glad David said that, because I feel that way too. And in building that type of community, you leave feeling inspired and ready to hit the ground running and do your job better, right. Create better content. And so it's not about it's cooperation is what I'm going to call it. Cooperation. We're cooperating.
Cooperation.
But yes, there's.
Is that a new word? I like that. Nowadays people feel because everything's moving so fast that they're going to miss something. And you should feel that way. Because I was just in the room with a bunch of people, and I could tell there was a nervousness about what's happening, not only in our world, but in the business, because it's moving so fast. And you can feel it. It's palpable. It's the first time I've really felt everybody's stress, because everybody's like, which way do I go? With the content creators, we have to help each other so we all feel more comfortable. And we're not looking over our shoulder, but we're supporting each other.
So my next question, it's the first one. It's not going to be perfect. And I agree 100%. It shouldn't be, because nothing is perfect the first time. But what's the future? What are the plans moving forward after this first one's done?
It's the platform. Talk about the platform.
I think the sky is the limit, first of all. Yeah. I think once we really bring the value and elevate this incredible community of creators from our industry, I do think that there is an opportunity to build to build an organization, to build a platform for everybody, so that if you're looking for an MC, if you're looking for a podcast to go on, if you are new to the industry, like you said, we've got new vendors all the time. If you're coming in and you're like, I need a go-to-market strategy, I'm looking for the people who've got the platform and the voices, here's where you find them, and you don't have to try to figure it out. So I think we want to make our creator community more accessible, more visible, by pulling everybody together in that way. High Tech HFTP has been really wonderful to us this year and allowing us to co-locate at High Tech. Will it stay at High Tech? Maybe. We've already had people, the week that it was announced, I had 2 other conferences reach out, one that I've never even heard of, and say, hey, do you want to do this with us next year? And it's like, oh, so y'all get it. You understand what we're doing. I think that, we want to take the Creator Lab on the road and do pop-up Creator Labs in different spaces and at different events. There's just a lot of opportunity to showcase the power of the creator community. This is just the beginning.
And I think it's like one of those things, it's like, where are you going? Put our pants on walking out the door. We don't know, right? We don't know. We don't know where it's going. All I know is the wind is pushing us that direction.
It's going to be great.
And that's kind of like, if somebody's lost in business right now or lost in their career, get up. Come to Hunter, come to High Tech. Come and just be part of it, because nothing happens in your house. Nothing happens in your office. It happens outside when you're walking around and moving. That's where you meet people. And I have to take my own advice, because you know me, I'm a hermit if I want. Like I stay away most of the time. But you have to be out there. And that's what we're trying to do for the content creators, is just like, let's all just talk about it.
And also, we're going to ask you that same question. Like, when this is done, that's why we have this creator council. It's why we brought the best of the best to the table with us, so that this isn't done in a vacuum of just the 2 of us bouncing ideas off, because who knows where that would take us. And so I think that'll be the first meeting afterwards, is like, that was incredible, now what, right? And really listening to all of the people on the council who we have purposely brought together to tell us what's next. Because we're all doing this together. This isn't about us. This really is about the whole entire creator community.
Yeah, I should have probably hit declined when she called me on Saturday morning.
He is grateful every day.
So let us know how people can find out more about the Hospitality Creator Summit.
Hospitality Creator Summit. So we've got a fabulous website. I should know, I built it myself. thehospitalitycreators.com. And there's all the information on who it's for, how you can support sponsorship and partnership opportunities, the application process. It's a short form, fill it out, and come join us.
And you also get a pass for High Tech, right?
And they get, all of our creators that are coming get a pass to Expo and main stage of High Tech, which is phenomenal. And we're super grateful.
Right there, the value is insane.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, well, that does it for another episode of the Modern Hotelier, hospitality's most engaged podcast. Whether you're watching or listening, we appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
You made it to the end of the Modern Hotelier. Thanks for watching or listening. The Modern Hotelier is produced by Modern Hotelier Media. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you know a good guest, sponsor, or have media needs, feel free to reach out to us at hello@themodernhotelier.com. Thanks and have a great day.